In this tutorial, we will learn how to convert from one data type to the next. We will also learn how to accept user inputs with a Java scanner class. Often, you might want to perform mathematical operations on operands with unlike types. To do this, we will need to convert one data type to another. The process of converting one data type to another is called type conversion. Java performs some conversion for you automatically or implicitly, but other conventions must be requested explicitly by the programmer. Let's look at what implicit convention is. When you perform arithmetic operations with operands of unlike types, Java chooses a unifying type for the result. The unifying type is the type to which all operands in an expression are converted to so that they are compatible with each other. Implicit conversions have precedence. This picture shows the level of or the order of precedence. You see, the short and then the bytes are automatically converted to an int. Then the int converted to a long to a float, and a float to a double when used in expressions. So, for example, addition of a double and an int is a double because our int is converted to a double. And the subtraction of a long from a float results in a float because our long will be converted to a float. So, for instance, let's declare the following variable. Double price equals 34.5 semicolon. Then another variable, int num equals 7 semicolon. Now, let's assign the addition of the price and then the number variable to another variable. Say double total price equals price plus number. So let's print this out. System.out.println bracket between quotation marks. Total price is a space, and outside of it plus total price. If we run this, we get total price to be 41.5. We see that our answer is a double, regardless of number in the expression being integer. So now let's look at the explicit type of conversion. You can purposely override the unifying type imposed by Java by performing a typecast. Typecast forces the value of one data type to be used as a value of another type. To perform a typecast, you use a cast operator, which is created by placing the desired result type in parentheses. Using a cast operator is an explicit conversion. The cast operator is then followed by the variable or constant to be casted. So, for example, let's take double my price equals 30.45. Then another variable, int income equals my salary. Now we want to assign the my salary value to our income variable, and because my salary is a double value, when we assign this, it is impossible. It becomes an error. So we need to typecast our my salary to an int. So to do this, we place the int between the parentheses before the my salary variable. Now let's print the income to console. So system.out.println to bracket income, and let's print it out. And we get the value 30, which is of type int. What happens is that the fractional part is removed, and then the whole number part is left, the value stored in income. Now let's look at how to accept keyboard input with the scanner class. That is, when we create interactive programs, we want our user to input values of their own, not values given by the program. So, in previous lessons, we learned how to display output to the console using the system.out property. The system.out property refers to the standard output device, which is mostly the monitor. That is why when we use the system.out.println statement, we get an output on our monitor screen. Now, to create interactive programs that accept input from a user, we use the system.in property, which refers to the standard input device, that is mostly the keyboard. The system.in is designed to read only bytes, but we would want to accept data of different types. Fortunately for us, the designers of Java created a class named Scanner to help us with this. To use the Scanner class, we must import the package necessary to use the class. To do this, we write import java.util.scanner semicolon. Remember, import statement must always come first in the program before the class name block. So, looking at the import statement, our package name is java.util, which contains a lot of classes. One of them, which is the scanner class. To create a scanner object and connect it to the system.in object, we write the statement similar to the following: scanner input equals new scanner, then inside the bracket system.in. Take note, our input variable here is any name given by the programmer. It doesn't have to be constantly input, it can be anything, any identifier. Let's see what this statement means. The scanner input declares an object of type scanner. When working with classes, we declare objects, not variables. So, the scanner input declares object of type scanner with the programmer chosen name input, just like we declare variables. Then the new scanner in parentheses system.in creates a scanner object that is connected to the system.in body. The assignment operator, that is the equal sign, assigns the memory location of the new object to the input object in the program. To retrieve values from an input device, the scanner class contains methods to help us do that. Values retrieved are called token, which is a set of characters that is separated from the next set of characters by white space, which basically means that the token is accepted after a space, tab, or the enter key is pressed. let's look at these methods. Now, in this table, you can see that we have 8 of these methods. The first one is the next double, which retrieves input as a double. The next int retrieves input as an int. The next line retrieves the next line of data and returns it as a string. The next retrieves the next complete token as a string. The next short retrieves input as a short. Next byte retrieves input as a byte. Next float retrieves input as a float. Next long retrieves input as a long. Now let's look at how to use some of these methods in our program. Now let's type the following. In our main, let's declare 2 variables. First one, string name, semicolon. Then the other one, int age. Now let's declare our scanner object. So scanner input equals new scanner system.in, semicolon. Now on the next line, let's write the statement system.out.print bracket. I'll explain why we are using this print here, not instead of print line. Into bracket inside the quotation marks, let's type please enter your name, then 2 greater than signs, space, then let's end with the semicolon. Now on the next line, we write the statement name equals input dot next line. We are using the next line method here. Then after this, let's copy this line of text and then paste it here. And we'll change our name here to age. Then down below, we type age equals input dot next int, then semicolon. Now let's type a statement to print it out. System.out.print line, the bracket between the quotation marks, your name is, and then space, and outside of it plus name, then another plus, then we type our quotation marks again, then inside space and you are space, and outside of it plus age, and then plus, then bring the quotation marks again, then space years old, and close it, then end with a semicolon. You can see that we have used a lot of concatenation in this print line statement. Now let me explain this before we run our program. So notice that on line 10 we are using print instead of print line. Let me explain this. With the print line method statement, after our literal string is printed to console, our insertion point moves on to the next line. But with our print statement, the insertion point remains on the current line after the text. And in this program, we want the user's input to be on the same line as our text here. That's why we use our print here. Now, why do we need this line of code? We call the literal string contained in the print statement a prompt. It requests and describes user input. That is, we want our user to know what we want of them, or what the program wants of them. And then the type of data that our program is hoping to be entered. On the next line, we see the scanner object is used with the next line method. And the value stored in the name variable. Same goes for on line 13. You can see that the scanner object input is used with the next line here with the dot between them. This dot is called the dot operator. When we are using classes, we will explain what this thing does. So our input dot next line is accepting the string that will be entered and then stored in the name. Same goes for the next int line. Now let's run this program. Right here in our output, we see that the program is waiting for us to enter the value after the prompt has been printed before it continues. So let's enter our name. I will enter my name, Gustav, and then press enter for it to move to the next line. We then get the next prompt, which asks for our name, our age. So let's enter our age. I'm 23 years, so 23, and press enter. And now our output statement is printed. Your name is Gustav and you are 23 years old. So guys, this is how we use the scanner class and how we accept user input. Practice with more examples and you'll get better at it. You might also discover some problems which I will address in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.